wonderful people, welcome back to MJLimey Reviews All. I am Martin and today's request comes from Nasro and this is for Sabaton Bismarck official music video. So we are going to get into that one in a moment, but just to reiterate the name, people, MJLimey Reviews All. It is what it says on the tin. I'll review absolutely anything. So whether you want more music, whether you want anything else, keep getting those requests coming in and I will keep the request jukebox going. But that being said, without further ado, this is Bismarck by Sabaton official music video. Let's see what they bring. Here we go, peeps. Enjoy.
On that German battleship, which blew up the mighty battle cruiser Hood.
The signal comes by wireless and has spotted the plane's man.
I love the way that the band are always in like the same sort of camo outfits when they do their music videos.
So, did you find the boat?
Interesting intro. Oh, that's good. Vocals are class. now. I tell you what, they don't half know how to tell a war story. I presume that said the Battle of Atlantic there, but we'll probably find out when we get into my readout. Oh my days, people. If you just absolutely loved that war telling story by Sabaton, look, don't get me wrong, we all hate wars, and I've just said that in the previous reaction. Absolutely hate wars. But the way these guys portray and tell the stories of history, I mean, this is wars that have already happened, I presume. We'll get into that anyway in my readout, I imagine. But yes, the way that they portray old war stories is incredible. The acting, I love their uniforms as well, their music uniforms. They all have the same camo trousers on. The only one that has slightly different, the rest of the band look like they have like a Sabaton uniformed like jacket. But the singer, which I believe is Joachim Broden, he has like the chest plate armor on, and it's incredible. It really, really is. But their uniforms, their outfits are incredible. The video itself is incredible. But yes, people, before I get all into this waffle tangent here, if you absolutely loved that portrayal of Bismarck war story, then do me a favor, people, hit that like button, hype the video if you can, subscribe to MJLimey Reviews All if you haven't already done so, and if you can share the content around to help me reach my next major goal of 4,000 subscribers, that'd be much appreciated. But I am just going to move myself across here now so you can see the other side of the dragon. And him just carrying this whole massive aura, and you'll see more of it now anyway. But yes, people, what a video. But before I do get into all of that, my own humble opinions on this video, the links are in my description. So the original and Sabaton channel page, go subscribe to them, share the content, people, watch more of their fantastic content, and like and hype the original video, because what a performance. They deserve to be shown the love through this fantastic platform. They really, really do. But that being said, people, let me pull up a list of the artists within this one, and I'll talk about this in my humble opinions. Yes, people, so starting off with Joachim Broden on lead vocals. Wow. What a vocalist. So powerful, so clean, so energetic, and he just has this massive aura about him when he sings. He's just an absolutely class rock metal vocalist in my humble opinion. But let me know your thoughts on Joachim Broden in the comment section down below. Let's now move on to Per Sundström on bass guitar. Absolutely wonderful bass, very chunky, very heavy, and just the way he helps to ground the track alongside obviously Chris Rawland, Tommy Johansson, both on rhythm when they're doing the rhythm, and then obviously Hans van Dal on drums as well, but more so alongside the drummer Hans van Dal. So shout out to Per Sundström. What beautiful and great technique on the bass there indeed. Let's move on to Chris Rawland now as well. I believe he is just the rhythm guitarist in this one, but if I am wrong, do drop it in the comment section down below. But yes, wonderful rhythm guitar work, very good technique, very heavy. And in general, this song in general was a very heavy song. I absolutely loved it. The way they tell, honestly, the way they tell a war story is just incredible. I don't think there's anyone like them out there that tells a war story the way that they do in their music videos. It's just incredible. And even in the music, to be fair. Then moving on to Tommy Johansson. So sorry, just shout out again to Chris Rawlin for his rhythm guitar. Absolutely brilliant. But yes, Tommy Johansson, I believe, was on the lead in this one and doing the solo. What a solo, people. The technique, the speed was just absolute class in my humble opinion. But his rhythm guitar work as well in that one alongside Chris Rawland, absolutely brilliant. So shout out to Tommy Johansson for all of his guitar work in this one. Absolutely superb. Moving on to last but not least, Hans Van Dole on drums. Just absolutely relentless energy, constant drumming, and the way that they, as a band, when some of the guns went off, it was matching kind of the rhythm of the guitar and the drums. Was just absolutely superb, absolutely sublime. So shout out to them for that. But yes, I can't fault any of their musicianship in this. So again, shout out to Hans Van Dole for his absolutely sublime drum work in this one. And just the band in general for the fantastic music, but also the fantastic video. Let's be real. It was a video and a half. I don't know who produces the videos. I don't know who does all the video production, the acting, how they get the boats, whether that is some of that is live footage. But I imagine from that this is probably based Second World War-ish time, that they wouldn't have had colour back in, 1940s. So yeah, it had to all been done and set up by a production team. Now, a lot of it may be CGI'd, etc., etc., etc. But still, the fantastic acting, all the people that acted in there, not just the band, but everybody that acted in there was superb. So shout out to each and every single one of them as well. But yes, people, if you absolutely love this one today, again, I will just reiterate, go to the links in my description. There's one for the original for the official video, one for Sabaton. So click on their channel page, subscribe to them, share the original around, get this band's video out there, people, because they deserve to be shown the love. What a band they are indeed. And one of the very few bands that portrays war stories of old in the way that they do it. It's incredible. It really, really is. But let's move on to my readout now, and what I have felt like, what my source has helped me find out to be able to give you here today. But if you can add more to this readout, then please do that in the comment section down below. But this is what I found out. Okay, what we have just watched is one of the most ambitious historical songs released by the Swedish power metal band Sabaton, a group renowned for turning real military history into dramatic cinematic music. Formed in 1999 in Falun, Sweden, Sabaton built their reputation by writing songs based on actual historical events, battles, soldiers, and military campaigns. Led by vocalist and principal lyricist Joachim Broden, alongside bassist Per Sundström, the band has developed a unique place in modern metal by combining heavy music with carefully researched historical storytelling. Released in 2019, Bismarck tells the story of the German battleship Bismarck, one of the most famous warships ever built. Commissioned by Nazi Germany during the Second World War, the Bismarck was considered a technological marvel of its time. At over 250 meters long and heavily armed, it was among the most powerful battleships in the world. For many naval strategists, the ship represented Germany's attempt to challenge British naval dominance in the Atlantic Ocean. The song focuses on the Bismarck's only combat mission in May 1941. During that operation, The battleship engaged British naval forces in what became known as the Battle of the Denmark Strait. In that encounter, Bismarck's guns contributed to the destruction of the British battlecruiser HMS Hood, the pride of the Royal Navy. Hood's loss shocked Britain because only 3 crew members survived out of more than 1,400 sailors. The sinking triggered one of the largest naval hunts in modern history as the Royal Navy committed enormous resources to tracking down and destroying the German battleship. Rather than celebrating war itself, the song represents the Bismarck as a symbol of power, fear, and naval warfare during one of history's most devastating conflicts. The lyrics follow the ship's journey from its emergence into the Atlantic to the relentless pursuit that ultimately led to its destruction. After being damaged by British aircraft launched from the aircraft carrier HMS Ark Royal, Bismarck lost the ability to steer effectively. On 27th of May 1941, British warships caught up with the vessel and sank it after a fierce battle. More than 2,000 German sailors lost their lives when the ship went down. What makes this song particularly interesting is that it was released as a standalone single rather than as part of one of Sabaton's main studio albums. The band's fascination with military history had already produced songs about land battles, air warfare, and individual soldiers, but Bismarck allowed them to explore one of the most legendary naval stories of the 20th century. The dramatic orchestration, pounding rhythm, and commanding chorus were specifically designed to evoke the scale and power of a giant battleship cutting through the Atlantic Ocean. The official music video adds another dimension to the story. Rather than relying entirely on performance footage, it combines cinematic imagery, naval battle sequences, and visual references to the historical events surrounding the ship. The result feels less like a conventional music video and more like a short historical film set to music. This approach reflects Sabaton's broader mission of making history accessible to audiences who may never have encountered these events through traditional education. Because the song deals with the Second World War, it is important to understand that Sabaton's focus is on historical storytelling rather than political endorsement. The band has repeatedly stated that their songs are intended to explore historical events and the people involved in them, regardless of nationality. Bismarck tells the story of a famous warship and the sailors aboard it rather than promoting the ideology of the regime that commissioned it. No discussion of Bismarck would be complete without acknowledging the human cost of the events depicted. The sinking of HMS Hood resulted in the loss of more than 1,400 British sailors, while the destruction of Bismarck claimed the lives of over 2,000 German crew members. Regardless of nationality, these losses serve as a reminder of the enormous human tragedy of war. Remembering these events today is not about glorifying conflict, but about understanding the sacrifices and consequences that shaped history. More than 80 years after the actual events took place, and years after the song's release, Bismarck remains one of Sabaton's most popular and recognisable tracks. It succeeds because it combines meticulous historical research with powerful musical storytelling, transforming a chapter of naval history into an unforgettable piece of modern metal. In doing so, it demonstrates why Sabaton continues to stand apart in the world of rock and metal. They do not simply write songs about history, they bring history to life. So that is everything I've found out on this one here today, people. If you can add more context to this particular one, please feel free to do so in the comment section down below. Also feel free to add your thoughts, feelings and opinions, not only on their performance, but the story and the way that they have told this story through cinematic footage and video, which I thought was incredible. It was absolutely soul destroying to watch the way that these ships just shot these like either missiles or torpedoes and just absolutely ripped another ship apart. It is absolutely awful to watch, absolutely awful scenes to witness. But the way that Sabaton do it is just incredible. Like, they don't promote or actually get on board with what the Nazis did back in World War II, but what they do is they tell a absolutely an amazing historical story and an event that took place within the war, and to the effects that it has on humanity and the effects that it probably still has on humanity for anybody that lived through that time. So shout out to Sabaton for the way that they portray their the way that they portray historical events like this one. I did not know much about this. I certainly know more about it now, and the fact that the Royal Navy hunted the Bismarck down and took it out is an incredible story and an incredible feat. But it's just so sad that over 3,000 sailors had to lose their lives, whether they were Germans, whether they were British soldiers, and it's just sad that they were put through those events in the first place. So keep on doing what you're doing, Sabaton, and keep on portraying and reminding us the effects that war has on us today, because there's too many wars going on, and I think these stories need to be told. They really, really do, just to remind people what war does to humanity. It doesn't help in any way, shape or form, and Sabaton are doing the best that they can to portray that in their music videos and stories. So thank you, Sabaton, and thank you for everything you do, and keep up the fantastic work with your music. But yes, people, the links are in the description. Link for the original, link for their channel page. Go show them some love, share the content around and boost their numbers. They deserve all the love that they can get. They really, really do. And that being said, if you like the video here today and you want to support MJLimey Reviews All exactly the same way, people, like the video, hype the video, share the content around to help me reach 4,000 subscribers. And if you can subscribe to MJLimey Reviews All if you haven't already done so to help boost my numbers, that'd be much, much appreciated. But I am getting out of here now. But before I do, if you want more Sabaton, you know what to do, people, in the comment section. If you want anything else, hence the name, Reviews All, I will review anything. Get those in as well, people. And I will keep the request jukebox going. But take care, look after yourselves, stay amazing, keep being amazing, keep smiling, put a smile on somebody else's face, and I'll be back to check out some more of your fantastic requests very, very soon. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.